If you turn the pages of history, the ink doesn't just tell stories of glory and gold. It bleeds. Behind the grand monuments and the golden crowns, a face of humanity emerges that is truly bone-chilling. We are taught to admire the great empires and their powerful rulers. But if we look closer, we see that their throne rooms weren't built on the foundations of justice. They were built on the psychology of fear. For these rulers, power wasn't just about controlling the land. It was about colonizing the human soul with terror. In these ancient worlds, punishment was never a private affair behind closed doors. It was a theatrical display, a grand, horrific stage where the state performed its ultimate power over the flesh. Imagine the city square, the smell of smoke, the heavy silence of a gathered crowd. They didn't just want to kill a rebel. They wanted to erase the very idea of rebellion from the minds of everyone watching. Every strike, every scream, was a message written in blood. This is what happens when you defy the sun. King. This is the price of a different opinion. It wasn't justice. It was a dark, twisted performance, designed to ensure that no one, not even in their wildest dreams, would dare to rise again. Nowhere was this more haunting than in Rome. The Romans didn't just practice fear, they perfected it. They turned the agony of the condemned into entertainment. Think of the Colosseum. To the Romans, the game of death was a civic duty. They watched men torn apart by beasts or forced to butcher one another under the scorching sun. But this wasn't just sport. It was a cold, calculated display of Roman cavort, their absolute power. By turning death into a circus, they told the world, we own life itself. We decide who breathes and who bleeds. The stones of those arenas are still standing, but they are silent now. Yet, when we look at the ruins of these great civilizations, we must ask ourselves, was the cost of their greatness worth the terror they sowed? History is not just a list of dates. It is a mirror. And sometimes, the reflection looking back at us is one of a cruelty so profound. It makes the soul tremble. Because even today, the ghost of that theatrical fear still lingers in the shadows of power. On the ancient land of Mesopotamia, a terrifying empire rose, the Assyrian Empire. It ruled not through mercy, but through fear. Ashurbanipal, a ruler whose power was built on brutality and psychological warfare, struck terror into the hearts of entire civilizations. Ashurbanipal. When cities rebelled, punishment followed swiftly and mercilessly. Enemy rulers were captured, flayed alive, and their skins were displayed on city walls. These walls were not just stone, they were warnings. Every traveler who passed them understood one truth: obedience meant survival. Ashurbanipal himself ordered these acts to be recorded, declaring, I flayed them, and with their skins I covered the walls of their cities. Fear became the empire's greatest weapon, not just to punish rebellion, but to erase the very thought of it. The Assyrian Empire reminds us how power built on terror leaves scars that history never forgets.